connected to Sales Remastered.
What is it like to feel like you're on the bottom and then just feel like this isn't the industry for me, or I suck at sales, I thought I was going to be good, now I'm just diving out of it, or something of the sort of understanding that spot, you know?
Yeah. Okay. So, which I hope you guys never reach that. And there's a ton of content on my channel to make sure you never reach that point where you're just like, dude, is sales for me? Oftentimes, if you ever get to that point, it's because you're looking at sales as a sale, and it's your definition of selling, right? So when you think of a salesperson, you think of maybe that used car salesman or the person knocking on your door at 7 o'clock trying to sell you solar panels or whatever it is. You have this conception of a salesperson. That's not you. What you need to look at yourself as is the person, the subject matter expert, the consultant, and that's just a different light, right? The reason why some agents will get to that low level if they can't produce anything is just, it just happens. It happens to the best of us. Like, I've been doing this for a very long time and I still produce, right? So I don't really manage, I still produce loans. So I go through these rough patches, I guess you can call them, where no matter what, I can't sell a deal. And those are gonna be the times that challenge you most, because you're gonna think like, damn, dude, it's just a run of bad luck, fate, this isn't for me. Right? Maybe I should jump and look for employment elsewhere because it's greener on the other side. But what you're going to find out is that you just got to keep going. You just got to keep pushing it. And the best thing to do is really take a step back and analyze what you're currently doing. And this is where recording yourself comes into play. Looking at every single one of your actions, and down to the point of like, do you have a morning routine? You know, how much time are you investing in yourself? Are you listening to podcasts? Are you trying to, learn and refine your art and your craft? Because that's what is actually holding you back, is you're probably just going through kind of like a funk. And so what it feels like to be at a bottom, because I've been there before, is, in my opinion, I think it's just how we're wired. And so I operate very well under pressure. I love having a chip on my shoulder because I think that everyone doubts me and I can't come up. Right? And that's how I came up as a customer service representative. Back in the day, like, I was bald headed, I wore baggy clothes. I was supposed to tuck in my shirt. I never tucked in my shirt. I was supposed to wear ties. I never wore a tie. And it was because I was kind of like thug, right? Like, just rebel by cause. And, but I had this chip on my shoulder because everyone that I was surrounded with lived in Irvine, or they lived in Orange County, or they dressed fancy. They went to college. And so I was the black sheep of the group, right? But I had a chip on my shoulder to say, hey, I could do this better than you. I'm gonna outbook you. Watch, check this out. And so I took it as a challenge to dig myself out to prove to them. Now, as I'm older, I don't give a fuck about what they think, right? Because your motivation changes. The only thing I'm worried about are my kids are straight, my family's straight, my bills are paid. I got enough money in the bank where I'm straight. That's what really matters, right? And I think that if you guys can look at it like that and say, who gives a fuck if this agent thinks that I'm new, or this borrower just hung up on me, right? Or if I didn't produce as much as this other person, because it's everything starts off fresh every single day, right? So even if I didn't have a good day the day before, fuck it, I'm gonna have a good day today, because I'm gonna have a choice, right? To let it all go and then move forward and create a new.